This week on Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes, the nerds discuss Henry Cavill leaving the role of Superman. They also discuss the trailer for The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina coming to Netflix, Venom with that hard PG-13 rating, and they cast the characters from Parks and Recreation into Avengers Infinity War. All of this excitingness and more on this hour-plus episode of Nerds Who Get Laid Sometimes.
Nerds who get laid, who get laid. 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 Nerds who get laid, who get laid.
Welcome to Nerds Who Get Laid.
Sometimes.
Guys, happy anniversary.
Right?
Yep.
It came up on
You're
the old...
stepping on my news, but that's all right, I guess.
This is such big news that it needs to be top of the show.
Top of the show.
5 years I've been sitting around with you assholes.
It's been longer than that. We've just been
Yeah.
recording it for 5 years.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Pumping farts into those chairs.
Yep. The old Facebook brought up a picture, and I, you know, the funniest thing is I went and I listened to the alpha, and we still do the exact same greeting and setup. And I was like, 5 years, and we haven't changed how we open the show.
You know what that is? That's consistency.
Yeah. If
That's
it works,
staying
don't-
power.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Words right out of my mouth right there. But I was like, man, what were we talking about 5 years ago? And we were talking about fucking Ben Affleck as Batman.
What was our forecast on that? I'm curious.
We were all for it, actually.
Really?
I was,
Yeah.
at least. I was very for
And
it.
of course, if Nathan's
some
for
of
it,
my
everybody else
tweets
is.
from a couple of years ago came up, and I was making fun of people because I was like, well, it could have been Casey Affleck. But yeah, I was still like, hey, let's give him a try.
The reason Nathan
Casey Affleck, man, that would be a good year one Batman.
the reason Nathan was so adamant about it was because of the town. He was like,
That's it.
Affleck was a swole motherfucker in that.
He was.
I know.
Affleck was fucking badass in the town.
Chuck,
His badass is Batman.
Yeah.
who do you think listened to the Alpha more, me or you?
Because you had it on CD, didn't you? We burnt it on CD.
And I listened to it for a year.
Like, no joke.
That's just what was on every time
Mike had
I drove.
the CD in his car, and you would be riding, and you'd stop talking, and you would hear us still talking at low volume.
It was awkward, so I wanted to fill in the dead space with conversation.
And then what's worse is he eventually took that CD out and put the Blues Travelers CD in and rode around for another year with that CD.
But just a single.
Yeah, I would. That's even worse because you were just all sitting here. I was like, "What's that fucking Blues Travelers?" It's like, it's a good album, man. That album right there, start to finish, it's my playthrough.
Which
I don't
one,
know how
4?
that's never been Mike's playthrough because he listens to the motherfucker nonstop for.
Mike, which one? 4?
I don't remember. It's the green one with the cat on it?
Yeah, that's 4.
I don't know.
It's the one with the hits.
Yeah. But
Mike's acting like low key, like, oh, I don't remember which one it was.
there was a time where I just really didn't care about what I listened to.
Yeah.
So it was just on.
Fucking obviously. Like,
Then there's that year of Nickelback.
oh yeah, that was high school. That happened.
Hey, the hits are good.
but
Oh, Chuck.
He got it for Christmas.
Oh, Chuck.
oh, that's right.
It's been on my CD player for a while.
Unlike the shirt I got for Chuck that I've just never seen him wear.
seen him
Or
wear.
the
yeah.
fedora or fingerless
fedora,
gloves.
fingerless gloves. We've set you up for so much
Or
success.
the boot that I got him.
Dude, you should be suffocating from all the strange.
I got you that size 5 wrestling boot, and you've never worn it.
So,
Man, he's got a fedora, so you know he respects women. He's got fingerless gloves, so his punches are aerodynamic.
He's wearing cargo shorts
And
right
he's
now, so he has so much room
And you
for
know,
supplies.
He's fashionable. He's making a bold statement with the one shiny boot. Pile on the pussy, Chuck.
And then if he just runs to a bush, he disappears with that sweet ass fucking camo fedora he's wearing. But enough
It's
about
called a
Chuck.
Camodora.
Camodora, man.
Let's turn the oven down because we're roasting a little too hard in here.
Please.
And let's switch on over to our nerd-ons.
Get your nerd on. 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 Get
All right, welcome back to the Nerd On, where we
Here it is.
give you the rundown.
Jim,
did you give me that
rundown?
rundown?
Yeah. Damn.
I know.
Finish each other's.
Sandwiches.
Dang. No thanks. I want that whole thing.
All right. Well, we're going to kind of break it down and just tell you what we've collectively been doing because it's all about the same type shit.
Yeah.
We've been watching Home Improvement.
Well, we've been trying to
Arsenio
I want to do
Hall.
Arsenio
Yeah.
Hall. No, we've been trying to kind of correlate our nerd-ons and kind of just like a collage, like how we post.
Yeah, we don't want to bore you guys to death every week.
Yeah, well, Magneto's cape was slightly fuchsia, and that just
I don't think it was slightly ever. It's always
It's not-
pretty fuchsia.
it's just not classic. I hate it. I was more of an off mauve guy.
No, you're wrong.
All right. So to kind of kick it off, I think the one I've been doing, I'll kind of start it here, and I think I know a couple other fellas here.
Just change
If it's one I'm
reaction.
thinking-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, you and me have been like,
Yeah.
you've had it a little bit longer than me, but we've been
Like
killing
syphilis.
it pretty
Yeah,
much.
Chuck too.
Yeah, not as far as they are, but fucking
And
amazing.
Chuck's had the longest.
yeah, I bought it Friday. You got it Friday also.
Yeah.
Hey, watch out! Chuck's gonna correct you.
Fucking actually Chuck.
Yeah. And I was out of town for 3 of those 4 days I had it, so
I'm just hearing more excuses of why it's
Yeah.
not fucking beating
Why
the
didn't you
doors
take your
off it.
PlayStation with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't
I'm-
you pack up your PlayStation, Chuck?
I'm not taking it out of Kissimmee. Fuck that.
I'm seeing how much you guys are playing it though, and I'm deciding. I'm glad I'm kind of sitting back on this
Yeah.
one a little bit.
Yeah, you keep lying to yourself
Yeah.
over there in the corner. I don't want to play it because you guys are having too much fun.
No, it's just I've had way too much stuff to do this week, so I'm glad I didn't have another distraction to.
I have been. I mean, I gotta save New York. You know, at the end of the
You
day,
got to.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to be a good Samaritan, and there's just so much bad going on.
Hey! We actually got a call in from a New Yorker about you wanting to save New York.
Oh, bring it in.
Yeah, he's like, hey! You know how you can save New York for real? Never fucking come here, okay? The fuck out. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, so Spider-Man launched, and pretty much seems like everyone picked it up, especially if you had a PS4. Because if
Yeah.
you didn't, you're the butthurt people out there.
I'm still kind of mad that I didn't pre-order the Spider-Man
System.
PlayStation. Yeah,
It looks cool.
it's so
Why
cool.
would it match your race car bed?
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
I
nerd.
really liked the controller mostly because
Mostly.
it's red with the blue, or
Yeah.
is it blue or white? Anyway, it looks
Yeah.
really cool.
But yeah, so I mean, gameplay on it is so fluid.
It really is.
It's
Would
one
you
of the
say it was web fluid?
Yeah, it's very well fluid. It's one of those games like, there's games that don't live up to hype. This one to me has exceeded the hype
Yes.
of what I thought it was going to be. Like watching the previews, I knew the graphics were going to look really well.
And they do.
And
they
I
look
knew it
beautiful.
would play well. But actually, I see Chuck. But beyond that, though, getting it and actually experiencing it is, just blown down anything I thought was going to happen with it. Yes, Mike.
The sense of pattern. You take a superhero game and you push it back a lot, and it ends up being really good.
Yeah.
Batman,
Yeah.
Spider-Man. We need a turkey. We need a third one.
I do feel like they're so far for me, maybe the way I'm playing it, there's a lot of repetitiveness to it.
There will be. There's a lot of
and
item
that might
collection.
just be video games in general. Because I
It's
mean, if y'all
open
listen,
open world video games
yeah,
are like that.
You know, I don't play a ton of video games, but even though there is all the repetitiveness,
Well, if you're doing
I've been
side
having
quests.
and I've been doing all
Yeah.
the side quests. I've been getting the backpacks, finding all the landmarks, doing all the science labs and all that.
I had a very wise boss one time that said, every game is repetitive.
Mhm.
And it's true. I mean, it just depends.
really
It
is.
just depends on how much you kind of switch it up. I mean,
I think it's
I've been
the
killing
games-
demons for 2 months straight.
Well, and
That's
also like
true.
with this game, it's it can be repetitive, or you can kind of adapt and figure out different fighting styles that incorporating different things you can
Web
make
foo.
happen.
Well, and I've been
I mean, honestly, the different like web enhancements, things like that, power ups.
And I love like the power up system and the suit system and all that kind of stuff. I've been really enjoying that. And I think if I mix it up a little bit more, like do a side quest, do like one of these like little menial tasks, then do some story stuff, I think it'll be a lot better for me.
Yeah, it is.
I have not at all, even though I'm saying that it seems repetitive, there has not been one time when I have not been enjoying the hell out of myself though.
No.
So that is a very, very, very minor. It's a very repetitive, but it's also very good.
Have any of you beat it yet?
No.
Okay.
It's one of those games that like
You don't want to beat it, right?
I've been playing I focused on the story a little bit more today, but it's so fun just doing a side quest to kind of make it last longer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was going to ask if it's like a new game plus where you can keep going after the story's over and do
I
side quests.
guarantee you can.
I can only imagine, because I mean,
Okay.
it's that open world style, and there's so many side quests, and as you progress in the game, more side missions are opening up.
Yeah.
And I believe is it Tuesday that the DLC drops? There's 3 like DLC packets or something. I think it's Tuesday or soon.
Yeah, I think it's sometime in October, so
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm completely wrong.
I think.
But
Somebody on Reddit compared life to an open world game like Arkham Asylum and Spider-Man. It's that when you're a kid, you have a set direct goal. And then when the game's over, it's like adulthood where you just do whatever the fuck you want. There's just not a lot of direction.
But yeah, so if you're
I thought
out
it
there
was coming
playing
out.
Spider-Man, we're enjoying it. The photo mode is a blast. Just
I'm
getting out there and
horrible at that.
setting up and doing selfies, taking pictures, and messing with all the different filters. And
Are you like doing empty lawn chairs on Sunset by the Lake, Chuck? Is that your pictures?
Well, no, it's
I
like Nathan
contrast
had the
like
one with the missile coming right at him. He just takes a selfie with it. I'm like, I'm not fast enough to try to do anything like that yet.
I spend a lot of time trying to set up shots.
That's why it's not very far in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I find it very fun with the amount of control
yeah.
and things you can do. It's just very neat.
I would say there's a lot of games that I really enjoy. Like I have a lot of fun with, but there are even fewer. And I feel like Spider-Man's going to be one, like Doom and Alan Wake and a lot of games for me that are just they're a joy from just beginning to end.
Absolutely.
You want to get back to it. You think about it when you're not playing it. It's really awesome when you can get a game that helps you suspend your disbelief and really sucks you in. And I think that's kind of the peak of the art form. Not to get too blustery.
Well, you don't get games like this where they've invested a whole bunch into the actual story and game development. It's not relying on multiplayer and buy-ins.
This is coming out like, I know it's not based off the game, but it's the movie, but it is definitely related to the movie.
No.
I mean, it came out almost 2 years ago.
It's completely.
it has nothing to do with
Yeah,
the
it has
movie
nothing to
tie-ins.
do with it. It doesn't tie in at all. That was one of the things I was going to say I really enjoy about the story mode of it.
It's completely its own.
It's completely its own thing. It's not from the comics. It's not from the movies.
Yeah.
It's doing its own thing, and it's really good.
But
That's what I
it's-
love about the best superhero games, too.
But I mean,
Yeah.
it's in the same universe. It's related to the movies in that, like,
Oh, yeah, you
Stark, the suit, all that.
Yeah, you got
like,
the Stark
it's still
suit.
kind of the same.
You can get the Homecoming suit.
You can get those suits.
It feels like it takes place in that world, but it's its own story and everything.
but
That's
he
cool.
makes
Yeah.
all his suits. It's not like I don't even know.
Oh,
if-
okay.
yeah.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah,
then.
it's not related
'Cause
to any of that
this
stuff.
Peter Parker is probably in mid-20s or so.
Yeah.
He's definitely older, and him and MJ broke up, and he's like
What
dealing
else
with
is new?
yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, like it's definitely not.
he's
where
a scientist.
teenager.
And
What else is new?
Aunt May is working at like a homeless shelter and
That's
stuff.
kinda new.
Yeah, that is new. So it
Hobgoblin
I
trying to
think
kidnap
Ultimate
that old
Spider-Man, she
cunt.
was doing something like that, though.
maybe
The kids show.
Yeah,
Maybe. Aunt Maybe.
But all right,
George,
enough
come
about
on, guys. I'm dying.
Spider-Man.
I'm dying here. Give me some more jokes.
All right, what else have you guys been doing, Ray?
I think you were also the same, but and maybe TJ. The
Good place?
The Good Place. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
moved
Good
it off
Place?
my list. Yeah. Oh yeah, we finished The Good Place
It was
this week.
so good.
It was a
And,
good.
was so Good
it's not as
Place?
good as the first season,
No.
but it's still really good.
It is called
it's
The Good
really
Place.
good.
I love how they, and
It'd
I
be
talked
false
about it before,
advertisement if it wasn't good.
how they handled the revelation at the end of season 1 going into season 2.
Yes.
No, I was like, how are they going to follow up?
Yeah.
And they've done it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was
Yeah.
very well executed. I would say to me, it's on the same level as the first season. I thought Ted Danson got to really Danson?
Ted Dancing?
Danson, yeah. I thought he got to really, really just ham it up a lot.
He really
Yeah.
did.
He's
And
gonna really Ted Danson.
I think
it
the
up. That's
only
what he
reason
did.
He was tap dancing.
That midlife crisis part was really good.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the only reason I would say it's not as good is because there was such a, like, I was blindsided by the twist in season 1 so big time.
So you just wanted to be Shyamalan again, old M. Night.
No. I think that just made me really, really like season 1.
I thought season 2 was actually the comedy was the same level.
I think Jason did a lot to steal this season as well.
He's just used so well because like he's the perfect minor character where he just comes in
Yeah.
and says just the stupidest shit
Yeah.
It's amazing
about
how much
Pillboy and Jacksonville.
there's stuff that he actually comes up with that they actually start using too.
Yeah.
Like when I have a problem, I just make a Molotov cocktail and I throw it, and then I have a whole new set of problems. I'm like, God damn it!
It sounds a lot like Matt Stone's character from Orgasmo. Like, hey man, just I don't want to sound gay or nothing, but unicorns are fucking awesome.
He's I don't know. He's an idiot, but you just like love
him.
He
Yeah.
started like because like
His random blurbs.
he talks about Jacksonville, Florida a lot, and we live so close to it. So every time he brings it up, it just you can't help but to smile.
Talking about us.
In a way, it's just you're like someone writes on that show from Florida,
Yeah.
and they write it just the right amount of weird. And
You're like talking about the group of them. It's like they all belong in a bad place. I mean, you've got this arrogant person, you've got this narcissist, and then you have someone from Florida. And it's like,
But no, if you haven't watched the first season of Good Place, they're both on Netflix now.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. You will absolutely love it. Anybody that's taken the chance on it always comes back to the same thing. Like, hey, that show was amazing. Thank you.
It's great.
Because
It
it's
is great.
funny. They're short. They're like 20, 30-minute episodes, so that you're in and out.
and the seasons are short too.
Yeah, real short. It leaves you want more. I hate
does.
it, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I hate it. You know what? I want more of this show now.
My mom hates it. It was something that she wouldn't say because she hasn't seen it.
Oh God.
Well played.
We're sinking here.
Another show that I watched, and I think that Charles watched, was Atypical Season 2.
Yes.
Another
Yes.
Season 2 of a show that we watched last year that was highly reviewed by us.
Mhm.
I think it's one of the best shows that's out, period. As far as overall enjoyment, it's a great family show. It's extremely funny and also heartfelt. It's just one of those shows you watch and you just love it. You
Yeah.
just love the family, you love the characters, and you get invested in what's going on.
Mm.
Any more, Chuck?
Anything you would like to add besides yes?
It's,
Home.
Well, you were wrong about this one season part here.
but I'll say the emotions and the heartstrings they pull in this one were a lot more than season 1, because the whole ramifications of what happened at the end of season 1 and how one family member's trying to rectify what had happened, and they're just constantly getting shit on and shit on and shit on, and I don't know. It's like it's a sweet show. Dude, I teared up towards the end, especially with the yearbook.
Yearbook.
That
'cause,
one got me.
And
That
just to kind of recap, just for people that maybe haven't listened before, missed it. Atypical is about a show about a kid. He's on the spectrum. He's 18 and he decides that he wants
It
to
can
have
only
sex.
be seen in UV light.
And because he wants to have sex, like he comes to his parents and says, I want to start dating. And so he starts trying to essentially hook up with girls and just, but
Does he have a
it's-
ray of hope being on the spectrum?
anyway,
Light? Is the
okay.
show's humor very colorful?
Ooh, Mike is Mike's really living up to the Babe Ruth. You gotta, you swing at all of them and maybe you'll hit a home run.
But, hey man, it's just trying them out. I mean,
exactly.
You can edit out the stinkers.
You'll connect. Eventually.
Just call this one chainsaw juggling.
Quote unquote, edit out the
Edberg,
stinkers.
nice.
Yeah.
Edberg, there you go, yeah, man.
but yeah, so the kid wants to have sex and I don't know. Just,
Marshall,
it's-
huh?
Yeah.
Oh, the show, typical. Never mind.
Yeah.
Not your child.
That's season 1 and season 2. It's him now deciding He's wanting to go to
Sex is
college.
terrible.
He's dealing with college, and he's also dealing with the breakup because he actually, gets a girlfriend. His mom cheats on the dad, and she's trying to, save the family. I don't give a fuck.
I thought you were going to say the mom cheats on him.
That's season 1. We're a year later. There's no fucking spoilers.
Still a spoiler.
If you didn't watch the show, that's your own.
I'm trying to change my ways, man.
That's your own. No.
What if Mike wants to watch it? You can't watch it right now.
You know what? That's their own fucking fault for not watching it when we told him to watch it.
I said Mike.
This show comes on cable. Oh no,
it's a Netflix original.
It feels like it feels very NBC-ish. Like it has that level of what's that one show? This Is Us that everybody talks about.
Laugh track on it?
No, there's not a laugh track on it. It's a shot film style, so it's really nicely shot.
Okay. Regardless, the mom cheats on the dad. They're dealing with all that shit. So, anyway, it's a very good show. Very good.
Very good. Another show that's been really good that I think me and Nathan's have been watching is season 2 of American Vandal.
Finished it last night.
Shows.
Yeah, we're about five. I think I'm 3 episodes in.
You should do what I do, which is play the same video game for 2 months straight that you played.
Guys, not only did I watch all these shows, I've done so much this week. I probably would. I'll just embarrass you with your time.
Okay.
You probably will. I don't do much with mine.
But yeah, no. American Vandal 2 came out Friday, and we watched a few episodes, and then we stayed up until about 4 in the morning last night finishing it. This one deals with the turd burglar. It's such a stupid thing. They do it so fucking serious, and that's why I like the show. Is they do it straight faced, talking about this event that happened.
So
where everybody drank the lemonade, and everybody drank the lemonade got the shits.
Started shitting their pants.
Who burgled the turds?
Hey, that's a spoiler for real.
But anyway, but then you've not only.
I just wanted to say
it's not
Nathan's
a one.
Seen it, so it's free game for everyone else.
Yeah, if it's a year later, I will tell you. Seen the dicks.
Someone's getting defensive.
Yeah, because Anyway,
build a castle around your heart. We'll siege it.
But so everybody got the crap, and then you turn out there's been 3 other poo incidents. Of
shitcidents.
Yeah, poo terrorism.
Damn.
And these guys, of course, are trying to investigate and see what happened. They have their person they think's guilty, who has been charged for it. This is all first episode
Classic
stuff.
Patsy.
But exactly, did he do it?
Yeah,
misdirection.
Which is very similar to what happened in the first season.
Oh yeah, that first guy. Because I watched an episode over at Nate's house.
We watched like 4 episodes. I was there.
We did. I think I fell asleep through the last 3 or 4. I was late and I was tired, but it was a really good show. And
9 p.m.
But I totally felt that the first guy was a red herring through and through.
Yeah,
well, it's like making a murderer or serial.
Yeah,
you got. No,
guys, I was smart. Nobody else anticipated that.
I will say, without any spoilers, finishing this one, I think overall I've enjoyed how this one gets wrapped up compared.
Gotcha. I really enjoyed it. It was I think episode 1 that they explained that because this is if you don't know, if you watch it, it's kind of a mockumentary. It is a mockumentary,
but so many people didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't. Watching.
How do people not know that?
Because it's done so serious.
It's so seriously done.
But how?
Because you got when you watch that show. If you just watch it and you just take it as face value, especially with Netflix being known for documentaries, people thought that it was real. So I would have conversations with coworkers so do you think this really happened?
No, that was fake.
Yeah.
Oh man!
And so the first episode,
the first answer to that is yes.
So the first episode of this is how they talk about how they had made a documentary that was on Vimeo.
Yeah.
And then Netflix picked it up, invested money that kind of upped the graphics and the quality of what the show was. And so they show emails from them back and forth between the president of Netflix wanting to get them in. So
that was really fun. I really enjoyed that about it.
I loved it because they just put because more mythos.
They're still playing it so straight.
Yeah.
And it's just such a ridiculous premise, but it is so fun. Yeah. If you haven't watched season 1 of American Vandal, I cannot recommend it enough.
Fuck you.
And season 2 has so far been great. Nathan says it's great. So
I will say because first episode. I was interested, but I was like, man, Dylan was such a great character in season 1, and you don't get a character to hang on throughout the whole. There's some good characters, but Dylan was just fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, he was.
Another dick, another day.
There's 3 specific ball hairs.
Yeah. Oh shit, dude! 3 ball hairs. That's like my signature on there. So that was good.
There have been some other things like that. Again, I'm only 3 episodes in, but things like Asian Josh, but he's really Mexican though.
This is my dude Asian Josh, but he's really Mexican and fucking crazy.
Wait,
and that's Big Head Ned.
Big head,
dude got a big ass head, but he's cool with it, man.
wait, is his name Asian Josh or Asia Josh?
Asian
Asian
Because
Josh.
both are really funny and terrible.
So yeah, check out American Vandal 2. It's out now. Let us know what you think about it.
Yeah.
Also, me and my 3 amigos here, Charles and Mike, went and saw a movie.
Dusty Trails.
We went and saw The Predator. And
So when Chris Hansen popped up, how did you guys react?
well, I don't know
I'm
how
like,
Chuck
this
got
again?
out.
One day we're going to talk about the Predator and something, and Chris Hansen's not going to come up, and that's going to be the day that I literally die finally.
But today is
You're
not
like,
that
nice.
day.
Today's not that day.
It's not the day.
You've saved my life, TJ.
But we went and saw that on opening night because we're such fans of Chris Hansen and the Predator. So this is the. I will go ahead and say
have
this
a
is the analogy that I have put out. The Predator is like a turd. It's just a big, massive turd, but it's such an impressive turd. You want all your friends to come look at it. You want to share it because it's pretty funny. And you can tell they put a lot of shit into it to get it out because that movie. Well, Mike, how would you sum up that
I love
movie?
this because Nathan has moved to the edge of his seat. He's
Yes.
pulled his microphone off the stand,
It's real talk. This is
Real talk. We're getting
and
down.
he's getting real with
If I
this.
had a hat on, it'd be turned around backwards right now.
If you weren't in like a couch sectional, but a normal chair, it would have been turned around
Would
as
have
well.
spun around right now to rap
and you
with
were
you
gonna
guys.
rap at me, yeah. The acting in the movie was really good.
It was.
Yeah.
The acting was good.
really good.
Well, that's good.
But
Except for the main guy. I didn't really.
well,
like
I mean,
that guy.
he just there are not a lot of strong young frontmen right now,
Yes.
so they keep searching for them, and it's like hit and miss because Jai Courtney sucks, and he was like the golden boy for a while. But that's neither here nor there. I forgive you, Jai Courtney. You're actually okay. I'm sorry. I like you in some stuff that I've never seen. Anyway, but the movie, the premise was just so fucking silly.
Yes.
It was just so silly.
It was a giant eye roller coaster. You just kept rolling your eyes over and over again at different scenes.
Yeah.
Different phrases, the way they would bring up the classic, they had to get to the chopper. They had to have that in there. So they put motorcycles in. And they're like, "Oh, quick, get to the choppers!" And you're like, "Oh!" And there's even more. I don't want to ruin all, but that one was just like,
Well, it's just like
you
Overgrown
motherfucker. Yes,
It was such an 80s movie, though,
Yes.
because
In a good way or a bad way?
in a good
That
way.
sounds
I would say it's cheesy 80s style.
all the people in this unit have just these weird, odd quirks and characteristics.
loose
Like in the
cannon.
first Predator.
Well, these are all like loose cannons.
So
going
a quick
to,
premise to go in. He was on a mission. The Predator landed. He made first contact with it. Got arrested
third at
and
this point, right?
got
Or fourth.
Well, he made first contact with this Predator.
Okay.
The military is pretty much making him a patsy and saying he killed all his
his unit.
his unit,
Okay.
and he gets
And he blamed it on space aliens.
and he blamed it on space aliens. So he gets put onto a bus with a bunch of other army people that are also off, the deep end. And that's the introduction to his new unit. So, but it has that classic 80 like, I'm in here for doing this, and then it goes to the other guy like he's the Bible thumping guy with Tourette's, and I just
Thomas Jane had Tourette's in this movie. It was so silly,
yes.
but funny.
But so they meet their unit, and then they go gallivanting around chasing predators. It's just
It's a bunch of crazy ass dudes
yeah.
with
But
military training.
it's like they tried so hard to answer the questions no one asked about the Predator franchise.
why do they keep coming to Earth? They
Yeah, but
finally
which
revealed.
I thought AVP had kind of answered, not well, but it's like, well, let's give a new answer.
And it was dumber than AVP's answer.
So we
Yes.
don't have a
Lord
pyramid
help
of
us.
predators or of aliens coming up and one predator killing them all, right?
So, like, one of my favorite parts is they're doing
Spoilers?
I don't think this is a spoiler. I won't go into detail but they're kind of explaining why the predators are coming to Earth, right?
Okay.
He's like, how much longer has this Earth got? 2, 3 generations? Global warming's happening. It's getting hotter every time. And a guy in front of us goes, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, he was so mad that they were putting their liberal agenda on this film of like why I'm like, dude, it's a fucking this is what makes you mad. They talk about global warming.
They hated the movie from that point on.
Yeah, I loudly
what is this
exclaimed
crap?
that. Yeah. What is this crap?
You know, he's just sitting there. God damn it! President Trump's going to save us from global warming.
Pretty much. Like,
He had a pretty sweet Magnum PI mustache, and he was like in his 50s too.
yeah.
It wasn't some young punk.
But I will say, like, I mean, it was a fun movie. It's stupid,
Very fun
but
movie.
I smiled the entire time.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's so bad, it's great.
I was never bored. The action was pretty well paced. The only thing I was really hoping they would pay, like, a callback to was the classic Predator one where they set a bunch of traps and stuff, but that never happened. It's a lot of gunplay.
Yeah,
I haven't heard a whole lot about Predator in this Predator review of this Predator movie.
I mean, like,
was he in it that much?
the Predator's in it, and
Okay.
he's the background villain. He's the thing that they're moving towards. I'll give you a little more premise
It's
to the
like
story.
both of the first movies.
Yeah, so when he comes and makes first contact with the Predator, its helmet had came off, so he takes it and mails it off before he gets arrested, and he sends it to his son. His son is
autistic.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got Asperger's, and he automatically figures out
the fucking Predator code and language.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know how them
Predator
kids are with them
code.
iPads these days. I hear that every second.
But
Yeah.
because the kid has the helmet, the Predator's trying to get to his helmet,
And it's like
Okay.
Suburban Commando, where you turn on the alien technology, and there's a homing beacon active.
yes.
Yep.
Which is terrible for stealth hunters, personally, in my opinion.
Yes.
But there's
That explains the plot of
And
Infinity
then, of
War
course,
as well.
there's a 11-foot, legitimately 11-foot mega predator that's hunting the other predator that's coming to his Earth.
and it's how it got to Earth.
They called it the Predator, not the Predator.
It's
they didn't do that.
the Predator's
Dad,
being
I told you I had
chased.
this under control.
The Predator's being chased in space, and he opens a wormhole and lands in Earth.
Okay.
Well,
We're-
that's opening scene.
I'm not.
That's the opening scene.
I'm not calling on spoilers, but I just don't kind of want to go any further.
yeah.
Plot personally.
So I can't stress to go watch this movie enough to everybody because
That's
kills
my
are
new
great.
suit, bub.
I really, really want a sequel just to see
Oh yeah, just to see the horse shit that's going to come out of this next.
because, man,
That ending.
you guys remember Jurassic Park where Jeff Goldblum walks up and there's that big pile of shit and then he takes off and goes, man, that's a big pile of shit. That's what watching that movie was. I just stood there shaking my head going, this is a big pile of shit.
Like you were impressed by it. Like,
But
wow.
it was that big of a pile of shit. I was like, man, they put a lot of work into this shit. Like, they were really trying to
Why'd they do
Oh
that?
man.
they were doctoring their diet. They weren't just eating Taco Bell every day. They were mixing in fiber and different proteins and stuff.
Is it like the South Park Bono shit, or is it the...
It's worse.
Oh, man.
No, and I want to apologize. I was spreading some incorrect information. Shane Black did not direct the original Predator. John McTiernan did.
yeah,
but
Shane
Shane
Black
Black
was
wrote
he was a writer.
He was a writer, and he starred in it as well.
The reason he starred in it was they wanted the writer to be there to punch up the script while they were working on the film. So that was a little nugget I learned a while back. So that's all I think we need to say about the Predator. Go watch it. Let us know what you think about it because
Please watch it. I want
we're
it to make,
baffled by how bad and good it was at the same time.
I want it to make money because it's so far
and
it's
Shane
still
Black
under budget.
makes really good movies,
Yeah.
but this was almost like, I wouldn't say Yui Bowl bad, but it was
Was it Iron Man 3 bad?
That was way better than Iron Man.
it was
3.
way better than Iron Man 3, but for like the dumber reasons.
Yes.
And it was better than AVP. Both.
I
of
still
them.
think his best movie is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
No, that was
with,
good.
with RDJ and Val Kilmer.
Yes, that was
that movie
great.
was amazing.
I mean, it's hard to get bad movies out of those two.
Exactly.
Really bad movies. So,
All right,
yeah.
TJ, what type of nerd-ons you been having this week, sir?
Well, the only two that haven't been covered already where
My body.
wrote the Hot Toys Royal Guards review. It went up on a couple of our social media links last week.
Yeah, I meant to give you some feedback when you bought. I was like, you shouldn't. No, I didn't get to read your review, but you should have bought one Royal Guard and then a mirror.
Yeah, have this on Lazy Susan. It's hooked on this one. It does the opposite.
And then I finished Star Wars Rebels Season 4, which was the series conclusion as well.
Yeah.
How many jalapenos you giving it, buddy?
I give it 10, man.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Damn, that's a lot of jalapenos.
It's fucking awesome. If you're a Star Wars fan,
I'm not.
And if you like the Star Wars animation in the past, you're going to love how Rebels wraps up. It's obvious they got a chance to wrap all their stories up and everything. And
wrap it up, B.
Everything all comes together at the end. There's callbacks to the first season and all the high points in between. Fantastic.
High praise.
Yeah.
I know. I've never seen TJ so excited. Even on his wedding day,
he
didn't even
good.
say his vowels that well.
And you know what it is?
You're good shit, Katie.
And you know, let's get right down to this. This is a prequel.
Oh,
yeah, it is. It's a
It
prequel,
is.
but it's really good.
Yeah.
Man, I wish it was a reboot.
Yeah.
I just want to fuck up your whole world.
Reboot of a prequel.
No, it's
reboot. Cool.
It's the exception to the rule on prequels.
I'm excited to watch. I watched the other three, and I loved them.
He's been secretly feeding Katie a lot of caffeine to keep her awake at night. He'll burn through it faster.
Katie drinks more of this. What is it? Nothing. Just drink the goddamn thing.
But
And it just says caffeine on the side.
Ray
What
and I
is
were
methine?
Ray and I were on a road trip
Smoke
yesterday,
this rock.
and Katie was watching the last episode while we were on the trip. And I told her to live text me, whenever she had something that she really liked on it. And so we get about maybe 20 miles down the road,
Maybe, yeah.
and then Katie's like, "Oh my God, what did?" I was like, "Okay, this is gonna be fun." And then she called me when she finished it. She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me about this?" And so it was great.
Yep,
One of my favorite stories was,
It's funny.
well, to me, it's really funny, but.
He's got the giggles.
Okay, so we all went fishing one day. It was me, TJ, our friend John, and I think David. It was our first time fishing, and so
and Patrick.
it's like 6:30 in the morning, driving in the middle of the night, basically to the highway. The moon's still out, and we're just talking, and TJ gets a call. And all I hear is, "Calm down." What? No, I'm sorry. I should have told you about that. And she called hysterically crying because one of her cartoon people died. At like 6 in the damn morning. I'm like, damn, the show must be good.
Saturday morning cartoon style.
Trying to think of which one it was.
Somebody died that was really like important, and I guess it was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah,
R.I.P. forever.
Yeah.
it could have been the Ahsoka Vader fight.
Could have been.
Chuck, you got any news over there?
Just finished Castle Rock also this week.
Is it over?
Season 1 is. I think it was sometime in August they confirmed season 2.
God. I don't have to hear about it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you should watch it, dude. Did you ever finish it, Nathan, or did you fall off?
broken
Nah,
record.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, you should watch Castle Rock.
No, I
Just
actually
do
I
it.
agree with Charles.
No,
It's a
it
good
is
show.
very good, and it's
Don't let me get Shia LaBeouf in here. Just do it.
it's
What are you
literally-
waiting for?
The way the show is going, I thought I had it completely figured out, and by episode 7
It
to
turned
the
the tables
season,
on you.
each episode started changing what was going on in the show,
Uh-huh.
and literally
Sounds
it's
fucking stupid.
no, because
Can you watch it in any order?
He started watching a different show and didn't realize it. It's like,
no,
God damn it,
no,
all the
like,
characters are
This
different.
Castle, he
This
just
whole
started watching
episode,
Castle.
they're trying to figure out what house to buy.
Why is Nathan Fillion on this?
Because like there's one episode where Sissy SpaceX character, it looks like she has the ability to jump through timelines because of her Alzheimer's.
She's just high.
But it's just
Spoilers, come on.
No, I said but it's just her just
Since
trying to remember
that means it didn't happen. He's just
different things.
He's just making up an entire alternate scenario.
But it ends up being not
so she's
stuff
high.
like scary and creepy things. It's literally dealing with alternate universes coming together.
Chuck, you're making me want to watch this less and less. I'm just going to go ahead and put this
really
out.
good.
It sounds like Marvel Comics did it better a couple years ago.
Probably. But the main character, or one of the main characters, he's the
Chuck.
guy that was in the cage. All right, I'm done.
Is Doctor Doom
Chuck.
God at the end
No.
of it?
But other than that,
well,
Just sell your stock in the show.
I'm not there.
not watching it.
it's good.
Also, Chuck got an
Actually, it
award.
does sound really
Yes,
good.
I went
wanna
down
watch
to
did get an
Kissimmee
award.
Oh, yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Again,
tell me what
We're
happened
actually
at
proud
Kissimmee.
of you for this.
Well, I'm not.
You
I still think
piece
it's like
of
a
shit.
backhanded compliment. But we had Texas Roadhouse.
Just can't fucking tell
You're
Chuck
so
anything.
brave to wear those flip-flops.
We had our NMCC qualifying rounds, which was National Meat Cutting Competition, and this year it was the Ball Market, Tall, Tobin, and Garcia. So it's all the stores in Florida plus 3 in Georgia.
Tobin's Meat Guide.
So we all went down there, and we all had our cutoffs, and I
Jean
placed
shorts?
no, I had placed 9th, unfortunately, in my market.
I'm
the
sorry,
Ball Market.
your balls aren't hanging out of these enough. We have to pass and go on to the next
But-
contestant.
I ended up having the
New Big
best
Goofin'?
ribeye yield in our market.
Damn, son.
But
Come
I
on.
still think it's like a backhanded compliment. Cool, I got a trophy, but I placed 9th out of 11 people in my
But you
market.
got a number 1 cut, man.
Oh, I know, and I wasn't even drunk or hungover.
That time.
Yeah, I did
Like
better
you
last
normally
year.
are at work.
I did better last year hungover than I did this year.
That's because you're not worried about cutting. You're worried about not barfing everywhere. So you're just naturally good at it.
Yeah, you focus harder when you're trying to hold back.
You know what's going to ruin this T-bone? If I fucking throw up
Puke
all
on
over
it.
No, it's
it.
going to ruin this if everybody thinks I'm drunk while I'm cutting it.
Yeah.
I need to cut this
Also,
really
if
well.
you're hungover, you cut because you don't want to see all that
You gotta
extra
play
meat
it
laying
cool.
around.
It's a French
Yeah.
technique, man. You let the beer marinate in your stomach, then you throw it up all over the steak.
But no, it was a fun experience again. So I just got to look forward to next year and try and do better.
Congratulations to you,
Thank
Charles.
you.
You know,
We are.
Thank
We're proud
you.
of you, buddy.
it's funny. You think you could start a business doing something like
Yeah,
that.
like where you do your own meats.
Yeah.
We'd also be more proud of you if you brought us more steaks.
Yeah,
one
I
or the
think
other.
so.
Brought?
Maybe 5 pounds of eel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good
Eel,
prep.
not veal.
We don't
All
do
right.
that.
Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the news.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce you to the newsman of the evening, Jimmy Ray Hancock. Come on now. He's with the news. You're gonna read the news now. Jimmy Ray is reading the news. Hey Ray, what type of news you got tonight? Well, I hope it's good. This is Ray with the news. Here we go. Ray's with the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat. Ray's reading the news chat.
Anyway, welcome to the news.
We'll bring you an ice
farts.
jacket.
I don't got the fucking news.
Well, I
Listen.
thought you were going to intro it a little more than
here's
that.
Ray, everybody.
Ray,
Thank you.
Ray
Yeah,
with
well,
MarvelNews.com.
You know, there was an intro about
Man.
30 seconds worth that says, "This is Ray reading the news." What more do you need?
Listen, I need more. So the big news we have this week is that it looks like
Learned his alphabet in kindergarten, reading at an accelerated level, bringing you the news. It's Ray.
I like that intro
yeah,
better.
yeah. Let's work on that. We can build it up a little bit more.
Went to every pizza party for his reading. Knew
'cause of
the
book it.
librarians by name.
They were his best friends.
Yeah. Henry Cavill. It's looking like he's leaving the Superman role.
Is it? Because then I seen he posted a tweet video of him
Yeah, he
wearing
posted on-
Krypton and with a toy.
Yeah, but all he did was posted a thing of him with a toy, and his
Dildo.
Yeah, his agent.
his agent posted a thing that said, "Hey, this isn't real." And then WB just posted a very vague,
Non-committal thing.
They're
non-committal
like,
thing.
We're cool.
But all the people
Yep.
that have, like Hollywood Reporter and like all the, there were several
Hold
other
on.
ones.
Shut the fuck up. What did Latino news say?
Yeah.
Oh, Latino
Did
News
you go to the source?
absolutely retweeted Hollywood Reporter.
There may be some tough negotiations going on.
That's one of the things. This is a negotiation contract tactic, and I think it fell apart because of
A cameo in Shazam.
that's what it was, a cameo in Shazam.
Has something to do with scheduling or something.
That had to do, had to do with scheduling.
How long does a cameo take? Like,
Yeah, for real. That's like
can't spare a day.
Can you wake up early that day and come in for
Well, it depends
15 minutes?
It depends on what his movie schedule is, what he's got to do for it.
Or just super.
And does he have to shave his mustache again?
Yeah.
You know?
He does.
No, they took care of that last time. They got it.
I just do the whole face.
Yeah. So it's looking like Cavill's out, which possibly means Affleck's out.
I was hearing, that's still the big rumor. On that.
And it looks like they may be WB's going to just focus on a Supergirl movie. And the rumor right now is that they're going to focus on that, and Brainiac may be the villain.
Well, you know, they got to cut
kind of
this
pissed
whole
about that.
They got to
Right?
They got to cut this whole Femme Power Captain Marvel thing off of the past with their
Well, they
own.
already did with,
feminine
They started with
Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman.
Yeah.
guys,
I
just
got
go,
Wonder Woman 84 coming out.
guys,
Yeah.
just go with my joke in poor taste, please.
It wasn't.
But
Was it in poor taste?
yeah, I'm
It was
kind of
a
pissed that
poor taste
Brainiac
joke,
is the villain in that because
Because we didn't get we have never gotten a Brainiac.
Yeah, we've never had Superman fight Brainiac.
I
That
want
would
to
be
see.
perfect.
I want to see an updated Brainiac. I'm going to crush you, Brainiac. Actually, I'm going to crush you with my superior brain power.
But yeah, with Henry Cavill out, who are some people you may want to see in as the new Superman?
I could only think of two people,
Tell me.
and it's only because he has a good face. JGL. I know he's short.
I don't know if he could.
I think he could buff it up. It's a real. I had to think for a long time.
Buffing it up, yeah. I don't know.
He
Yeah.
has, I don't think he has a strong enough face.
My other option is an unknown because I can't
Unknowns.
I can't
Yeah.
think of a single
Unknown
person.
is my go-to answer, but if I had to do somebody, it's already out there.
So I saw whenever we do this kind of stuff, I kind of have to look around the internet and like look at shows I've watched and be like, oh, what does this person look like? One of the ones that I saw was Rob Stark, Richard Madden from Game of Thrones, and I was like, no, absolutely not, because they just had a Game of Thrones picture on there.
Yeah.
Need that.
But when I saw another photo of him, he has a very strong jawline. He has that look that I would that I feel like a Superman has. I don't know if he quite has the acting chops for it. I don't remember if we talked about this on the chat or on the show, but I feel like almost all of the Stark children are not great actors or are not great actors
Except for the
yet.
girl that plays Arya.
Yeah, she's
Maisie Williams.
Yeah,
She's
Maisie Williams
pretty good.
seems to be the best of them so far. Because another one of the rumors that we're hearing is that Kit Harrington, they're looking at him for the Batman.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I just don't think that
No.
that's where
I'm with Alex Ross. Get John Hamm up in there.
John Hamm's way old though, and it's supposed to be a younger.
I know they're supposed to, but I know when they started doing it, Alex Ross posted a picture saying he'd like to see John Hamm, and I was like 100%.
I think John Hamm would be great. I wanted John Hamm as Cable.
If
Yeah,
they're
me
doing
too.
a younger, like I guess they're trying to do a very young Superman Batman.
Well, and the Batman is supposed to be like, I think more like a year one kind of thing. So, that one, and Liam Hemsworth was another person that I
That's
thought of.
who I thought of.
Was it okay?
Yeah, he's got acting chops. Those
Hemsworth,
eyes are just crazy.
What's he?
He was in Tron.
And Independence Day Resurgence, Hunger Games.
Yeah,
I don't know this kid.
It's
He's Thor's brother.
yeah, Thor's
Yeah.
brother.
Was he the one that
okay.
was in Cabin in the Woods, or is that Chris Hemsworth?
That was Chris Hemsworth.
Bruce was. Yeah. That was my pick. Was Liam.
Okay. Anyone else have?
No, I did. I'm kind of with you. I have to like look around, and just no one really pops around. I always think Superman should be more of a like an unknown guy, someone up and coming.
I'm completely fine with that. I like it more.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled
Because-
Brandon Routh from Soaps. There's just not a lot of like good-looking,
I thought Brandon
all-American
Roth
type
was.
guys.
I thought he was good.
Yeah, he didn't do
But
bad.
that was
I
a
thought
bad
Brandon Routh
movie.
was good.
I thought Roth and Reeves were just average looking, because like as Kent, they were average looking. Cavill wasn't. So that's the thing that threw me off with Cavill.
built like a brick shit house.
Oh, I know.
There's,
Yeah.
But
there's
I'm
that
saying,
one
like,
dreamy
his-
ass scene in Man of Steel when he's like fucking huffing it out of the lake with no shirt on.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
like Reeves and Roth, they both look kind of geeky and weak when they were portraying Kent.
Mhm.
Cavill never did. So I can't find a person that could do
I think
both.
that's some of that's the writing as well, because I've seen some. I know it's a comic book, but how they did Clark in All-Star Superman.
That's what I was about to say. He looked like just a Kansas City, or
Yeah.
not even Kansas City, a Kansas farm boy.
And it was just the way they-
like a linebacker. Almost.
Yeah, he was
big boy.
huge.
Yeah, he was
but they
big.
had him they had him slouching and
Yes.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And it's amazing how I know it's just penciling, but it's amazing how different he looks as Superman and Clark Kent,
Yeah.
and he's still the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the only one I could even think closely and it wouldn't work would be Krasinski.
Yeah, a lot of people had said that because apparently he was supposed to be the first Captain America, but
The
a
only way I
lot of
can think
people
of.
were like, "Oh no, that's Jim from The Office." But I think
Well, from
since
the Quiet
then,
Place and what was
I still
the
would
spy
like to
movie
see
he
him.
did?
the army movie he was in.
Well, he's
yeah,
also
Strong,
doing that Jack
where
Reacher
Yeah,
show.
I think he's building himself up to I'm not just Jim.
Jack Ryan.
Jack
it was
Ryan.
a Jack Ryan. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I'd still like to see him get a shot as Captain America.
I
After Evans leaves.
I would like to. I would
It'd just be a
honestly
bunch
like
of weird
to see.
scenes of him like looking at the camera when like Iron Man says something witty.
You need to register.
Yeah.
Like in the gym face.
I would like to see actually Henry Cavill take on the Captain America role,
Yeah.
and Chris
Just do a
Evans,
switch like
yeah,
Marvel
Chris
and DC
Evans take
switch.
over the Superman role.
Actually, I would like to see them do an amalgam in one of those
Oh,
two
gosh.
be Super Soldier
Oh God.
I just never want an amalgam film.
and Dark Claw.
Oh gosh, no.
I was thinking
Nah.
Hugh Jackman is like a really old Batman.
Hugh Jackman as Batman.
as Dark Claw
as an
would be
older
amazing.
Batman.
Oh man. Well, CW of course is coming up every year for the last few years. They've done their crossover events. This year is Ruby Rose is going to be playing Batwoman. This will be the first time Gotham has been brought into the CW universe. And she'll be getting her new show in 2019. But they've cast Elizabeth Tulloch from West Wing and House and Grimm as Lois Lane for the show for the crossover this year. She has not shown up in any of the CW events yet. Of course, we do have Superman, but Supergirl is the kind of one that they focus on in the CW world. So she has a very good Lois Lane look to her. I am not following the CW shows currently, but I am interested to see what happens with this Batwoman and everything. So that'll be something
it'll be
to see.
interesting.
Yeah. So it seems like we'll get a little bit more Superman in that. And I actually like the guy that plays Superman in that world. I think he works really well for that world. So, is anyone else keeping up with any of the CW stuff, or is everyone kind of falling off a little bit?
I'm just waiting for season 5 of Flash to start, man.
Yeah, I know. Is season 4 even on Netflix?
I saw it on. No, I did see it on Netflix. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check that. Venom has been confirmed to be a PG-13 film, and it's going to be clocking in at 1 hour and 52 minutes.
Sounds like an hour too long.
Wow.
That's pretty fucking long.
I'm actually surprised. Usually, one or two things. Either they added more on it. A lot of times when they're shit shows, they cut them even shorter. Because I was thinking it's going to be like a good hour 30.
90 minutes.
Yeah,
man.
90 minutes in and out. Because a bad movie at an hour and a half, you can at least deal with it. When it starts stretching to 2 hours,
It becomes 3 easily.
Yes.
It drags.
Yeah.
October 5th.
Yep, October 5th.
So not long to wait on that one, guys.
So I
around
foresee
the
just gutless violence, nothing really good, jokes aimed towards children, and one-liners.
I expect this
I'm
movie to
predicting
be
all
like
3
a
of
turd
those.
in the wind.
Yeah.
I'm expecting this to make Predator look like Schindler's List.
So DC Universe launched this week. I found out that it will not play on my current laptop or my current iPad. So
or an iPad Air 2.
yeah. So
it won't play on Air 2?
I got one.
I do want one actually.
Gotta work
but-
something out.
But yeah, so I got to kind of go around and look at the comics when it launched on my phone, and I'm a little disappointed in what they have on there right now, but it's the first week. So
Yeah,
let's give them some time.
Marvel Unlimited wasn't built in a day either.
No, absolutely. And there is a ton of video content. I took a lot of screenshots and sent them to you guys when I got logged in.
Yeah.
And there is a ton of video content in there.
Yeah, I was able to string them all together and watch an episode. Thank you.
Those animated series alone to me are worth the
Yeah.
price of admission.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get enough money saved up, I'm
And in
definitely getting that.
October, Titans will launch. But another one that they have coming down the road that I'm excited about is the Swamp Thing show that they're working on.
Yes.
The co-writer and executive producer is Gary Duberman, who worked on
Gary Duberman.
It and The Nun. And they're saying that Swamp Thing is going to be a hard R, and they're going to use a practical costume. So there's
So they're doing a movie, not a show?
it's a show.
Okay. It's just
Yeah, you're-
Sorry.
Your
Yeah.
note there with the hard R. I
Didn't have
wasn't
an
sure.
R.
You mean
Yeah.
TVM?
You had an ARE instead of an R.
Yeah.
It's a
So I'm
pirate
trying
base?
to figure out what it was about.
I be Swamp Thing, and I be
Proud
here
of
to
old
take
man.
you.
So they're also going to be doing
Real quick. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you had already said it. Yeah.
practical costume, and it's rumored that from Splash Reporter that Derek Mears, who was the Predator and Friday the 13th, is going to play the character in the suit.
Okay.
Big scary. I'm all for doing that in practical effects.
Well, especially with the budget they're going to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you get a really good suit made, you can do a lot more with it. It won't look cheesy.
Yeah.
Because even like the old '90s one, I mean, it still looks pretty dang cool for
Yeah,
being as
yeah.
old as it is.
I mean, practical effects are great. You just need some good lighting and
Yep.
atmosphere, and you're great.
Yeah.
you do that with a good.
And I feel
excited.
like the practical effects are even better nowadays. Like
Oh,
people
yeah.
can
yeah.
still do better things than back then, and they look great back then. So
Mhm.
I like the idea of Swamp Thing. I've read some Swamp Thing and I like it. I own most of the Alan Moore run and I haven't read it yet. It's one I've been kind of holding on to, saving, because that's the definitive Swamp Thing, of course.
people rave about it.
Yeah.
I need to just try because the art's very old and dated to it.
Yeah, and that's one thing that is hard for me. Like the artist is really good, but it's not like modern comic book art.
Yes.
So it's hard to get back into that kind of stuff with any great thing.
Which I know with the New 52 people really were enjoying what Swamp Thing was doing too.
That was really good. Yeah, I read I think that whole entire series. But I was hoping that when I got the DC Universe, I was going to be able to read through it all on there because I have it in trade.
Mhm.
But it's not as easy to always grab a trade. I read comics every day at lunch,
Mhm.
and if I could read Swamp Thing, then that's what I'm going to do. But
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm excited about this show. I think it's going to be it's really cool that it's going to be a hard R. They can do that kind of stuff now that they're doing their own streaming thing.
Yeah.
And let's see, Gary was saying, Duberman, that they're really behind them on what they're doing. So that's really cool to hear. And
Heck yeah.
I want to see what's coming out of this and support some of this DC stuff for a while to see where
Exactly.
it goes. Because if Marvel did this with Marvel Unlimited, good God,
Yeah.
having all those Marvel shows and stuff on there, that'd be
or
great.
some new original ones. That'd
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, especially if they could like step up their animation and stuff because they're just not there.
At this
Yeah.
point, they should be able to. They haven't.
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's just not a. I mean, they're owned by Disney of all
Yeah.
things. So like, why can't they get their shit together for animated stuff? I don't know.
That
But-
may be the issue, though, is that because Disney wants to put their animated shows on like Disney XD or something like that.
Well, I guess there
it's
is the
gotta-
Guardians, and I haven't watched that.
Well,
Yeah,
well, also
there's the
'cause-
Ultimate Spider-Man. There's
Which I
Guardians
have
and
watched.
stuff. I
Because
mean,
like with Disney, if they do something cartoony, they're probably gonna more base it towards kids.
Kids.
While DC, they're what they make is definitely based more teen adult.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's the big difference of who the ownership of it.
We got a trailer finally. We got a screenshot a couple of weeks back of She-Ra. That's going to be a new show on Netflix, and we finally got the little teaser trailer for it. What did you guys think about this?
I never watched She-Ra growing up.
I didn't
I
either.
watched Masters of the Universe all the time. It's funny because I was watching that documentary of Castle Grayskull. I know TJ watched it also.
yeah.
And they were talking about how they kind of, got played back to back. And I was like, how did I never watch She-Ra? So I really have no dog in the fight, I guess is what I'm getting at. I think the animation looks fine for a kid's show.
Yeah.
It looks respectable. It's not as cartoony and kiddie So it definitely has the balance of what you see more, aimed at teens.
Yeah, it looks like
seemed-
a simple animation style.
That's what I was gonna say. It seemed a lot more simplistic, but it's not like Teen Titans Go. It's not like that, and it's not the weird like stylized way that that the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in the middle. It does have, to me, it feels a lot more anime-esque, but like
Definitely.
80s anime.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the title.
She-Ra
And the Princess of Power. Because the original was She-Ra the Princess of Power.
Yeah.
It's a minor difference, but it's...
Maybe add some new characters to bring in with it.
Yeah, I mean, they probably did, but I'm thinking they probably just adapted the story for the other side characters that were there. So
Maybe.
I don't know.
Speaking of Netflix, we also got a teaser for Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Sabrina the Teenage Witch reboot from Netflix. It's due out October 28th. And
Which is perfect for Halloween.
Yeah. And this is one that I've been like sort of I've really enjoyed Riverdale, and this is from some of the producers of that, so I've been looking forward to. This is not what I was expecting, though.
Yeah,
I had no idea what to expect, so when I saw the preview, I was like, wow, this is pretty damn dark.
It's a lot darker.
Just a little bit.
it is not what you would have thought from the old Sabrina show back in the day.
No.
Yeah.
I had to read my Bible after I saw it.
That's been my favorite thing. If
Having to read your Bible.
reading my Bible, but no, on the Facebook preview is where I saw it first, and I went and checked the comments, and I was kind of telling the guys, there seems like there's three schools of people. There's people that absolutely hated it because of the heavy, I don't know, like just evilness of witches and the devil-looking creature, and they're like, I'm just not going to allow that in my family. There's other people that are like, this is nothing like the Sabrina the Teenage Witch that I grew up with. And I was hoping to watch with my kids.
Puppet?
Yeah, and so many people were like, what was the cat's name? Salem. Like, where's Salem gonna go? And then other people were like, if you
Salem's going to hell.
like, well, if you read the comics this is based on, this looks dead on to what they were doing. So, and I'm very intrigued. I didn't care at all because I didn't really care for Riverdale. I watched a couple episodes with Christy. It was dark, but just very teeny bopper dark. This looks like American Horror Story dark.
Oh my God, he's worshiping Satan.
Like,
Gross.
maybe. I mean, like I said, there's no acting on it. It's all just like quick shots and scary noises. So we don't know what the actual acting will be like. Yeah. It might be like, oh my God, there goes the devil.
I'm the devil.
And maybe the devil character is actually the new Salem. He's like, hey, Sabrina, what's up?
I'm going to get a pizza
Yeah.
with extra damn souls.
How was school? It sucked. You want me to kill everybody?
Actually, I think that cat on the original show was the devil, though.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, we also got a trailer for something called Captive State.
Hey, new John Goodman movie.
Yeah, John Goodman is in it, and it is
old
from the
John.
director Rupert Wyatt, who is known for Rise of the Planet of the Apes and, a few other things.
Man,
What
John
else?
Goodman is the new Bill Murray of indie movies.
Indie sci-fi.
Red State,
Yeah.
Copenhagen. Wait, no, that was Cloverfield.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, I need a dip.
Need,
Now this.
need a hog leg. I don't even know what to make of that.
Wait, there was that
preview.
one sci-fi show too where it was an alternate universe where people thought Roseanne was not crazy.
I'd read some comments about it. People were saying, "Oh, it's The Purge with aliens." I don't know anything about that.
I could see what they're getting from the preview because it definitely had a purge feel with like the over. There's someone
There's
talking
so
about
much peace.
Yeah, everything's peaceful
Worship
while still
overlords.
showing scenes of just craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why people would get the feel of it, but I don't think it's
I
going to
don't
be
know.
like the purge
I
execution.
feel it's a little on the nose with its political messages.
Yeah, right.
I'm just like, all right, so there's aliens, and are they the one that controls us? I don't know.
Are we sure there's
John
aliens?
Goodman, I
No.
guess, is going to be the president.
It's completely wrong because aliens don't control us. It's the damn lizard people from the center of the planet.
Oh fuck yeah, TG's on to something.
Yeah.
They called in their allies, the aliens.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like when that giant alien ship comes in, like it opens up, it's like, hey Holmes, I'm here like, to take all your jobs.
Oh man!
John Goodman's like, no, build a bigger wall. Take over it.
Build a wall around the planet.
Pretty good, John Goodman.
Man.
Nah, man, like I'm gonna like come over there and steal your wife with my good job. And
You'll
that
never be able to wash another dish or be impoverished working construction ever again.
so maybe that's what
There's
the
not
movie's
a lot
really
of
about.
impoverished working in construction, though.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, that's what I
Work
got
the
for the
ass
news this week. So,
Excellent job, Jimmy
Wait,
Ray.
Thank
we
you.
did have one other thing.
Oh, we did. It came in after I compiled everything. There were some photos of Joaquin Phoenix
Yeah.
on set
that's
being
right.
the Joker. That I guess got tweeted out this
Some set photos.
evening.
I think
What were y'all's thoughts?
He looks like Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Once you said that, I
Made a baby with Edward Nigma from Batman Forever, Jim Carrey's rendition of him.
Oh, yeah.
I think and Joaquin Phoenix looks like he's put himself into the role. He's lost a lot of
Looks
weight.
like crazy
Yeah.
as hell.
Well, you better be careful. The last Joker,
Was Jared
Well,
Leto?
I wish Jared
Be
Leto would have
careful.
followed the precedent. Unfortunately,
Two
I don't
Jokers
know.
ago,
He
a
was
guy
really good
died.
in Blade Runner, though.
yeah, but some things are unforgivable.
I mean, it's literally three or four photos.
Yeah.
I'm very
You
intrigued.
just there's that video, too.
Is there? I didn't see.
Yeah, it
that.
was
I
like
didn't see the
30
video.
seconds long. It's
Just
it's
like my
really
sex
loud
life.
because of the traffic going by, so they haven't obviously edited it for sound or anything.
Yeah.
But it's pretty interesting.
That was my rendition of the audio.
he just looks creepy, and I want to know how his voice is going to end up being for
And I
that
like
character.
how he was coming out of a building, the talent agency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's probably some kind of subtle symbology
Because
there.
Smoking
what does
a
it mean? It looks
cigarette.
like it's definitely set not the current times. It looks like it's maybe, I don't know, 50s. Or is that just me that's seeing that with the way to,
Maybe 70s. It looked kind of
70s,
aged a little bit.
70s, yeah.
It
Maybe,
could have just
yeah.
been his clothes being out of date.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that and then like him walking up to the big clown looking guy, that looked like a very old school style circus clown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious, especially with like, Scorsese and stuff being tied to it. You know how he likes doing more period pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This is literally, we're making guesses off of like three.
Off of 3 photos.
Yeah.
So, we'll keep you updated as stuff comes out.
Maybe he's just crazy and out of style,
All right, when we come
just
back,
like us.
we're going to answer some of your questions. And you know what, guys? Good job.
Did not have sexual relations with that woman.
No, you didn't.
Question
Miss
one.
Lewinsky. Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right, so we had some good questions this week. The first one we have is from What Do We Call It podcast off of Twitter. Do you think The Boys will translate well to screen? I think Amazon has a tall order ahead of itself. The Boys is a Garth Ennis who does
Garth Ennis?
Garth Ennis.
Anus? Okay.
The most
Enos?
feared of all Sith Lords.
Yeah. He's the writer of Preacher, and this is a story set in the early 2000s of like FBI, I believe, that sort of go after, or it has something to do with superheroes. I haven't read this before, so I have no way to really answer whether I think this will be good or if I think it's a tall order for Amazon.
Well,
Way
you
to
just
do your
answered it then.
research.
Yeah.
I do know that we do have Preacher on AMC, and that's what I've watched of that has been good, and I know Mike's been really loving it.
Yeah, I'm trudging through season 3 right now. It's real good. I haven't had time to watch a lot of episodes. They're introducing new characters, really keeping it fresh and interesting. Really keeping the magic and the novelty alive, especially with God being a sex slave dressed in a dog outfit.
Well, there you go.
Collar.
Are there any Amazon shows any of us are really keeping up with, though?
I watched all of that Philip K. Dick one.
Didn't you watch
Electric
all of
Sleep?
Lore as well?
I did watch all of Lore.
Okay.
Expanse I was watching. It's a little heavier than what I want to watch when it's 3 a.m. and I'm doing our podcast stuff.
Yeah.
So and Allison is not going to be interested in it because it's pretty hard sci-fi. But I think that's about. Oh, and I did watch first season of Man in the High Castle. I haven't seen season 2, so a few things. I've been thinking about watching the new Jim show on there, but we haven't yet.
Jack Ryan.
Yeah,
Jim Ryan, Jack Reacher,
Jim Halford.
His boss wants him to do another impossible mission. Jim face. Jack
James D.
face.
Carter asked on Facebook, "Can Star Wars be salvaged, or is it lost forever in a black hole?" Plot
Number
hole?
one, great question. Because the answer is no, it's lost forever.
I honestly don't know what plot hole
Yeah.
you think you're talking about.
So I think if you, he seems like the new modern people like when it comes to the movies, like the modern movies. Because when you think of fans of Star Wars, you can't think of all the other things that surround it, like Rebels being good. So you just have to think of the films that are coming out.
Yeah.
And so many people they refuse to enjoy the new movies.
Yeah. And I think that's more it. They refuse to enjoy them because the other ones are really good and they're very nostalgic, but they're also not really super cinematic masterpieces.
Which ones?
The original trilogy.
Yeah, the
They're
original.
popcorn movies. They're really good. They're really fun. They're really sci-fi. They're space wizards and shit.
Yeah. You take off the rose-colored glasses, those things lose a lot of luster, but they're still fun. I don't get where everybody's coming from on this, because I feel like I'm the target to hate this, but I really like where they went with Last Jedi.
I really enjoyed Last Jedi, and I loved Solo. Solo was so good.
Solo was amazing,
and I knew I wasn't going to like that one. I was prepared to not like this one.
Yeah, I'm just really surprised that I know everybody's got their, I don't know
Their
the proper
thing.
way to,
Yeah.
their thing about their biggest thing was Luke dying the way he did for quote unquote nothing or whatever, and
I try my best. Like I love to watch YouTube videos, and I like to watch where people rip it apart and also where people defend it.
yeah.
And obviously, there's a lot more people that try and rip those movies apart than defend it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just like any movie, if you try and peel all the layers back, you can find plot holes and things. But if you go into a movie and you just watch it to enjoy it and you're not trying to, just dissect every part about it, the movies are perfectly enjoyable. Like I think The Last Jedi was a decent movie. I didn't think it was great, but I enjoyed the movie. It was a fun watch.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens, I thought The Force Awakens was definitely better than Last Jedi. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
And I think they're both great reintroducing a new generation to the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I'm from the school that thinks that the prequels were not great. I don't love them. I love the original ones because I grew up on those, and I still watch those all the fucking time.
That's the funny thing, though, that the peoples that are downing The Last Jedi and Force Awakens
the prequels.
They love the prequels.
Yeah,
and how in the hell?
I think it's because they were more raised with the prequels.
Yeah,
and
I
then
think so.
they
That was their Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
that's the generation they were raised in. Like that's what they watched as children.
And so they think everything's got to be connected. Rey's got to have Jedi parents. No, she
Needs to be
doesn't.
trade disputes.
Yeah.
Well, I will say to the defense of that, the way Force Awakens was set up, he really did shit on everything that was set up. That how a trilogy usually plays out with his whole trying to, break the chain and give you the unexpected of everything that you were building, what you felt this trilogy was building towards by shitting on all of it.
Everything that was put in The Last Jedi was talked about or directly said in The Force Awakens. every part of it.
Yeah.
The part about her parents being what they were. When she gets the saber from Maz, she tells her, "You know they're not coming back." And she says, "You know what they are," and she cries, and she realizes, "Yeah, I know what they are," and that's why she runs off.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, from like I'm not saying what he did was bad. I like when you watch it, it's like okay, it just wasn't what people were expecting. And when it comes to popcorn movies, people want what they expect.
Yeah, I think if he had spoon fed all of that stuff and like, oh, Rey is Luke's daughter and all that, I think he would have gotten the same amount of hate.
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Absolutely.
They really are.
And I think that's one of the things
they're just playing out the original trilogy again.
Yeah,
because that's what Force Awakens got.
Yeah,
so much
big time. And that movie like was just fan service 100%. It was a lot of fun. But people were like, "Oh, they just remade."
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then they do something different and turn your expectations on its head, and everybody,
No, so I honestly,
I still don't like Rogue One. I'll throw it out.
No, I don't either, which is funny because everyone loves Rogue One.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm in
fucking
Bizarro world.
I like it after I've watched it a couple more times.
I watched it one more time. I still don't. I just don't like it.
I still need to watch it again one more time. I'll give it one more shot, but I just don't get it.
I liked it more in realizing what it was, and going back and watching it and realizing what it was supposed to be, what it was. I liked it.
TJ just the prequel guy here lately.
Yeah, I know, right?
Defender of the prequels.
No, I'm not trying to be, but
but you are.
Yeah,
it's not Robert Zemeckis. Yeah,
Robert the TJ we deserve. It's the TJ.
Yeah.
Well, you were about to make a joke. Mike,
no,
don't worry.
But you got really frustrated because I interrupted you twice
with his own Ray joke.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Okay, so this is the creme de la creme of questions.
Yes,
this is the one we've been training our whole lives for. Allison asks on Facebook, "Please recast Infinity War with the characters from Parks and Recreation."
Allison first. Great question.
Yes.
These are the type of questions I live for because this is the level of nerd hybrid that just doesn't make sense, has no reason to make sense, but you just love it. So
okay, so how are we going to do this? Are we going to name a character and
let's name a character and give our names out for it?
Okay, which one are we naming?
Let's go with the main character of Infinity War, Thanos.
All right.
I didn't cast Thanos because I felt it would be a more entertaining movie if Thanos stayed the same and you replaced all the other characters with Parks and Rec people.
Who do you have for Thanos?
Ron Swanson.
Okay. My Thanos is Jam.
No, that's not where I had Jam. I had Jam, but that's not where I had it.
I'll tell you why I chose Ron Swanson, because Ron Swanson's all about corrupting from the inside out.
Yes.
That's what he as he walks deeper into the belly of the beast of the government, Ron Swanson is the perfect what Thanos is trying to be.
And he'd love to have it cut in half because he wants to make government more run slower and lose money.
I picked Ron for something else, but we'll get to him in a minute.
He's like, by snapping my finger, not only am I balancing the universe, I'm also making all those government people die.
And there's just less people to talk to me.
Yeah.
And
less
pretend
people
to be my
eat all
friend.
the eggs and bacon also.
I put it as Jam because I felt like Jam is a worthy opponent for all of these other characters.
I have a Jam character.
I have Jam too.
I did cast him. All right, what about Captain America?
Did either of you have
sorry, Mike, did you have anybody else?
Yeah, I agreed. I said Ron Swanson.
Okay, so Captain America.
Leslie Knope, man. 100%.
No.
I did Chris Traeger.
Me too. I did Chris Traeger.
Now you guys are so wrong.
No, I got Leslie in someplace else where I think she fits better.
I think I got Chris somewhere better.
Somewhere else. Explain why she's Captain America.
Because Leslie Knope is she's the all-American go-getter. Mm-hmm. She's going to lead the team. She's just like you. She's unstoppable, but she's not superpower unstoppable. Like she has that humanity to her.
Yeah.
She's just everything that Captain America is. Who Leslie
is. I totally agree with this. Leslie is the heart behind everything, just like Captain America is.
Yeah, I put her somewhere else.
So who did you cast as Captain America?
I put Chris Traeger.
Oh, that's right. You just went by looks. That handsome devil.
No. I went by because I had him cast as somebody else, and it was like, no, this is who Chris would be.
Chris Traeger has a strict moral code. He's really into fitness.
Does not bend it for anyone.
He doesn't lie. He tells it
morality
like it is. He hits the morality checks for me.
Yeah.
What about you, Chuck?
Who'd you put?
I didn't do the list per se, but I'm agreeing with you guys.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw who I did Chris Traeger for because I don't know if everybody will have this character.
I can do this too.
Mantis.
No, I put someone different for Mantis.
Okay.
I just feel that Mantis, that just like that over bubbly enjoyment.
Yeah, I can get that. I can get behind
I
that.
thought that's Chris.
I put Anne in that one because I felt she was very boring in Infinity War, and I feel that Anne is boring.
No, I have some other boring people.
All right, let's go to Iron Man.
I honestly couldn't
I
figure
debated
out
between two
April.
people. No,
April looked
no,
all day.
No, I debated between two people.
Yes.
It was either going to be Tom or it was going to be Donna because it's all about
neither of those.
No, it's all about the attitude.
And that's April has the attitude.
No, April doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
Yes,
April doesn't care enough.
It's
exactly.
the bling.
April
and
at the end of the season.
Come on, let's give a reason.
Okay. All right, sorry.
Give a reason. Come on.
It's all about that smarminess and shit that Tony has, and that is Tom.
They have style. They have the attitude.
All right.
Oh, you didn't say
The charisma also.
Yeah, that's Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
And
and
I
Donna.
thought Donna was the other one I was hawing about putting in that role.
I chose April, but you got to look at April at the end of Parks and Recs, not the beginning of Parks and Recs, where she actually was bought in and she was working for her. But her and Leslie worked together, but there was always that jive and back and
I
forth
have her a little
of how
bit more
April would like.
badass.
But Tom did have a growth spurt as well as far as maturity goes.
Yeah.
And
I got
and
Tom as
everything.
someone else, but
I do too.
Anybody? All right, who did you have for Iron Man then?
I couldn't figure out anyone
Okay.
in Parks and Rec for Iron Man.
I put Tom as well.
Tom. Okay. So well, who do you guys have? Because like my list then jumps to Doctor Strange. Who did you guys?
Doctor Strange is great.
Doctor Strange is absolutely 100% Ben.
I put Ben too.
Me too. Ben
Yes.
Because he would meticulously go down and it's like, who's the most important or powerful and all this stuff. And
well, and Allison was like, oh, I think Ben would be a really good Hulk because of Bruce Banner.
I almost did that.
And I was like,
no,
absolutely not. He is 100 Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Well, TJ, if I want to say, just not to jump back real quick, but I mean, if Tom Haverford is Iron Man, John Ralphio's got to be War Machine.
I know.
All right. So I'm glad that Mike. Who did you have for Doctor Strange?
I couldn't think of a Doctor Strange. Some of my more of my selections down here at the bottom are going to be kind of controversial.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
I'm going to jump. I want to just go ahead and answer for both of these, but for Rocket and Groot, I was trying to think of a pair.
I didn't do those two.
I went with Jerry and Tom. Jerry would be my my Groot.
I did Jerry somewhat different.
Tom is such a rocket.
Yeah.
He's a mouth. He's always like talking. He doesn't shut up.
I have someone different for Rocket.
So who do you got for Rocket?
I didn't do Rocket.
Craig.
I was trying to think of Craig.
Craig, do you remember Craig that took over for Donna?
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know who you're
I could
talking
see
about.
him for Rocket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very passionate, acts like he doesn't care, but really does care a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who'd you guys have for Star-Lord?
Andy.
No.
Yeah. I was thinking, but I put Andy.
I didn't. I put Jerry.
Well, I don't know the reason
of
for this.
Infinity War, because everyone hates him now.
It's because you think, man, he's doing such a great job, and then all of a sudden he fucks it up somehow.
For Jerry Gary Larry, I put the Hulk because he did this. I felt like he did the same thing. He just couldn't perform.
Yes.
I actually did Jerry as the Hulk as well.
That's awesome. Well, what is Chuck, the gentleman? I mean, I know all you guys, but Thanos' right hand man and
Ebony
Ebony Maw.
I did that. That's who I put Jam.
That's who I put as Jam
yeah.
as well.
See,
Because he's so
you picked
smart
Jam.
and dick.
I put Jam as Loki.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
John Ralphio, I'd rather as Loki
For
to
Ebony
die.
Maw.
Yeah, that's actually dead. I think
No.
Ralphio would be a good Loki.
For Ebony Maw, I put Orin.
Orin's great.
Yes.
That was a close second
that's-
for
that's
Jam.
really
I wanted
good.
Jam to be in control and Orin to be the one that comes to everyone,
Okay.
and they're all like a little creeped out by him.
okay. Are you guys ready for some controversy?
Yeah, let me hear it.
I got Ben Wyatt as Black Panther.
I thought about that too.
I did Donna as
Because of Icetown and the New Kingdom.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not against that.
He wasn't confident in
I
himself.
thought about that.
That's not bad.
Go ahead.
I think. Are we just throwing out extra things now?
I think we just throw it out because
Scarlet Witch. I had April.
didn't cast
I
her.
think April is absolutely
I
a
don't have-
Scarlet
I
Witch.
put
She's
April
moody.
as Nebula.
I put April as Nebula as well.
That was my other one. Yeah.
I did Anne as Nebula just because I didn't know what to do with Anne because I don't like her.
And
I put Anne as Gamora.
here's the Gamora was almost because I thought that that Leslie
That's
could
when I
be
didn't.
Gamora.
That's when
because
I
she's a
cast-
strong woman. But for Anne, I said either Pepper Potts because she's only in the first part of the movie. Maybe Black Widow because I thought she was kind of boring in this film.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, Anne's just Jane Foster. Never actually shows up in it.
I did a Mark
Bandanowitz.
That's who I did Star Lord because nobody
no one likes him.
I put Mark as Wong because he's there in the first 5
shit.
minutes and he just goes
that's
away.
good.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna go
good.
chill at the crib.
Yeah, he's
dog.
like, I'm gonna go clean up. And you're like,
That's pretty
Fuck
good.
you,
I
dude.
put, for Thor, I put Chris Traeger. I thought he was more of a Thor.
Leslie Knope is my Thor
Yeah.
because she's just so like she's so single-minded and just and just kind of fun. I know she's not as dumb as Thor, but she's also very powerful. She's a very powerful
That's true.
figure,
And she is
that's why
stronger.
she was my Thor.
I went a little different.
If this was I4 though, or Avengers 4, she'd be Captain Marvel 100%.
I went a little different with Leslie.
Okay.
I went with Shuri because she's super smart and Leslie's all about feminist and being just like the best she can be and everything else, and she's proving that a woman could be just as good.
Jerry?
Yeah. Who's that?
Black Panther's sister.
Okay, man, Leslie's too powerful.
No, Shuri's badass.
Can we talk about Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I have a great Spider-Man, but please,
All right, go ahead.
please.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to throw this
okay.
one out just to get it out real quick. You guys remember Billy in Parks and Recs? The angry guy that comes in like the last season that would just randomly.
That's Craig.
When
His
I
real
IMDb
name's Billy.
Okay, Craig.
Yeah.
I did him as Yondu.
Yondu wasn't in Avengers 4.
Ah,
or 3.
dang! Yeah, I was just thinking Marvel characters. I was just doing a list.
Yeah.
For Spider-Man, I put Tom.
I put Andy.
I put Bobby Newport because he's just so fucking happy to be there.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. Now, I did have a
that's a good
Falcon.
one though.
Yeah.
Did I'm going with Mike's on that one. I think Bobby Newport as Spider-Man.
I did have a Falcon. Did anyone else have Falcon?
No.
I don't have a Falcon.
Because
no.
I think Falcon's going to be Purd.
Purd.
Hatley.
Oh man, I don't know. I think Purd would be Vision.
Yes, God, yes. That's who I had marked down as originally
That's
before I
actually
chose Wong.
Dead on Purd would be Vision, just like so matter of fact.
So I think I have the best Black Widow,
Oh, tell me.
Donna.
I put her as Okoye.
She's a mean, capable, just like bitch who knows what she wants.
Yeah.
what's the name of the character? She has her own talk show. She'd always have Leslie on.
Oh, I know you're
Joan
talking about.
Kalamazoo.
Joan
Oh
See,
God.
that'd probably be my Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, probably.
Scarlet Witch or Black
No,
Widow?
she'd be my
I'd probably
Tony
Scarlet.
Stark from Iron Man 2, and he's a drunk.
Yeah. And then I also did the Collector as John Ralphio.
Oh man,
That fits.
And I think that was as far as I got. It
Amazing. Now you really start scraping
Yeah.
the barrel.
It got to
my
a point
Ron.
where I was like, man, I could do so many.
Oh yeah, where did you put Ron?
I put Ron as Drax.
I would be,
Ron could do Yeah,
Because
Ron
I could
be
see
Drax.
Ron trying to stand still and pretending to be invisible, and I just couldn't
I
get that
think it would
image
be a
out of
little
my
bit
head.
different. He wouldn't be pretending to be. He would be hoping that no one saw him.
he would
Yeah.
just be, I'm invisible.
Ron,
Don't talk to me.
Ron is in Drax as when he just doesn't comprehend modern things.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true too.
But that was a lot of fun. We
We need more questions
Well,
like this.
that was like Star-Lord, in his MP3 player in Guardians 2. Like, this thing is just, like, because Ron was like, this square has all my music on. All my records are on the square.
I think we should, after this, we'll take votes and maybe put some pictures, do comparisons, and post it up on the Facebook.
Yeah. I just couldn't get a solid Doctor Strange. I was thinking Ben, but I don't know. Ben just, for some reason, he spoke to me as Black Panther.
Really, I just like when I think
Because
of
of Icetown.
Ben
When I
just
think
is
of
so
Ben,
meticulous.
I think of three things when I think of Ben: Cones of Dunshire, him in the Batman suit, and Icetown.
and calzones. I always think of calzones.
I'll be accounting on it.
I just think
Wow.
of Ben as a min-maxer, and a min-maxer is going to go with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, that was a
a
lot of fun.
min-maxer, Charles, for me to explain to you, since
because he's about to ask.
Can I explain
Yeah.
it? Because I feel like
go for it,
I
Mike.
don't know
You
what
go.
it is, but I'm trying to assume I know what it is.
Okay.
Based off
I like this
the
idea
term.
better.
It's someone who maybe I want to put it in terms of physicality. They maybe don't look powerful, or like maybe they're sickly in some way, but are very powerful. Is that what it is?
No, it's when someone's making a created character for like an RPG or a
that's way off.
Yeah.
yeah, they maximize the traits that they think would be great in that particular instance, and they'd minimize the traits that they think would be.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why he would be Doctor Strange.
yeah.
But he would pick to be Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah,
But he would also, if this was a real thing,
he'd have already
would
known
be
who
Doctor
he would
Strange.
be.
I get
Yeah.
to go through 14 million alternate
Yeah.
possibilities. Yes. You
I
know?
mean, of course I want to do it, but God, it's a jerk thing to just assume that Rocket
yeah.
Ben.
I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna go ahead and quit again. I'm out.
All right.
And I think Rocket and Groot for me would have been the animal control people.
That
That-
actually would be.
yeah.
I just imagine Jerry and Tom just because they were always
Yeah.
good
Oh,
when they're
yeah.
rolling around, and just that would be my guys.
This is one of my favorite questions we've ever had.
It was a good question because it brought up very fierce debates
It really
Yeah.
did.
about shit that does not fucking matter.
That's our entire podcast.
Yes.
This is the epitome of a nerd debate, guys.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank
Hey,
you for listening.
Well, thank you for listening, but we want to hear your casting of Parks and Rec characters in Infinity War, or even
Yes.
just Marvel in general.
Yeah, go in there and just tell us who you think they would fit the best with.
Yep.
All right, as always, keep listening, share the podcast, go and rate us, subscribe. Spotify, if you're listening to us on Spotify, share it on Spotify so other people know we're on Spotify. How many more times can I say Spotify?
All the
Just
Spotify.
one more time. Spotify. Have a good evening. Chuck, Krista, bitches.
Nerds Who Get Late Sometimes is recorded at the illustrious Big Brown Record Town Studios in beautiful downtown Lake City. Episodes are published each Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Google Play. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Nerds Who Get Laid. We're at Nerds Who Get Laid on Twitter and Instagram. We're part of the Geeks World Wide podcast network. You can find reviews and articles we write at thegww.com. We're also part of the Modest Pod podcast network. We're on FloridaGeekscene.com and also WeBeGeeksPC.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean. You can also check out the show notes for links about things we talked about in this episode. Thanks so much.
This has been a production of the GWW Radio Network. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. Also, check out Geeks Worldwide at thegww.com for all the latest news, reviews, and opinions on video games, comics, movies, TV, cosplay, and more. Geeks Assemble!